I don't have a roguelike problem, you have a roguelike problem. I can stop whenever I want. Yes, I just bought another one last night for research, because I'm a YouTube person now. Okay, maybe 3. Okay, maybe I've played the same 40-minute run 8 times in a row and yelped when it finally worked. But that's not addiction. That's science. The truth is, it started small. A few runs, a few wins, a few accidental all-nighters. But these games, they don't end. They loop. And then you loop. One minute you're building a fun deck, the next you're arguing with your friends at 2 AM because someone picked the wrong upgrade again. So how do we get here, you ask, YouTube video watcher? Let me show you. This is the story of how roguelikes ruined my life, and why I keep letting them. And yes, I know this topic has probably been covered to death, which might leave you wondering why my opinion matters. After all, I'm just some guy pretending to be a snake on the internet, not exactly the shining pillar of credibility. But hey, for starters, I'm on this side of the video, so that gives me some kind of unspoken YouTuber authority. Probably. Also, and arguably more importantly, you might come away with a few cool games to check out, so stick around, I guess. More to the point, I wanted to talk about why roguelike games have become such a staple in my life, while longer, epic titles barely make it past the main menu anymore. And beyond that, how a genre more saturated than Twitch streamers' bathwater has somehow avoided becoming boring or stale. But before we dig into that, I want to take you on a little journey. My roguelike/light adventure. And just so we're clear, from now on I'll be using roguelike to mean both roguelike and roguelite. Yes, I know they're different. No, I don't care. So it all started with Slay the Spire, is what you thought I'd say. But no, before deck building enlightenment came, it was Death Road to Canada, a game where you fight through absolute absurdity only to die tragically in a gas station toilet and get replaced with a dog who finishes the journey without you. This game taught me 2 important things: never get attached to anyone, and dogs are the superior species, unless you're a cat person, in which case you're just wrong. This was my gateway game and I've been chasing that high ever since. Slay the Spire, in comparison, was an elegant, clean-cut drug that dressed well and filed its taxes on time. One more run, one more combo, one more humiliating death to the common variety Snecko. Then something weird happened. I actually won. I beat it. And just walked away, like stepping off an 8-hour bender and straight into your mother's 60th birthday party. Hi mum, it's me, perfectly well-adjusted son. The thing is, roguelikes don't end. They trap you in a loop, then they let you think you've escaped. And for a moment I was free. That lasted maybe a week. Then I needed more. Something darker. Much darker. Enter Darkest Dungeon. See what I did there? You know, the game that teaches you mental health as a mechanic, where your team screams, cries and stress vomits under torchlight before reaching the boss room. The game where inviting that one guy that everybody hates to the party doesn't just ruin the vibes, it gets several of the guests killed. Now this game is hard. And that's coming from someone who always loved hard games, because beating them allows you to walk around with an inflated ego for a little bit, like you're king of the bloody nerds. But I'll admit, I got stuck with this one. Play, fail, rage, uninstall, cry, blame the developers, realise I'm being a whittle baby bitch, reinstall, and why won't you let me win? If anyone asks, no, I haven't beaten it, and yes, I'm going to. I'm just enjoying the scenery, alright? Now, I don't really find myself surprised with roguelike mechanics' rapid rise in popularity. They deliver a lot of what people like about games. They can be challenging, satisfying, they make you feel smart, playthroughs are rarely ever the same, and they respect the time of a person with a full-time job, a dog, a relationship, and who plays badminton once a week. Couple that with the fact you can jerry-rig Rogue onto pretty much any game genre, and you can see why they're a pretty unstoppable force in the industry. Don't get me wrong, I do see jokes flying around indie game spaces, the just slap roguelike on it mentality, like it's some sort of golden bullet to selling enough copies on Steam for indie devs to stave off living in a cardboard box for another year. But unlike other fads of the time, I feel roguelikes keep evolving, keep pushing what can be done, and still suck you in, letting you forget how much of an asshole your manager Paul is for a few hours a night. Sorry to anyone named Paul, unless you're my old manager Paul, in which case fuck off. This brings me to the next game, which just kept surprising me. Something quite rare for someone as jaded about games as I am. After living through the last 10 years of price hikes, cash grabs, and shady business practices that have infected the games industry like a plague of blood-sucking mosquitoes, can you really blame me? Inscription didn't just break the rules, it wrapped its creepy octopus finger around them and strangled them to death. Card game, sure. Escape room, absolutely. Suddenly a top-down retro RPG? Don't ask. Then back to cards, then ARG, then full-on emotional trauma delivered by a talking stoat. It didn't want me to beat it, it wanted me to decode it. And I loved that. That was the moment I fell off the ledge, the point of no return. Now I need weirder, smarter, faster, more mechanics, more game-breaking combos, and less breaks between runs. Enter Hellcard and Across the Obelisk, card-based roguelikes with multiplayer. Because if I'm going down this rabbit hole, I'm taking people with me. So I dragged Mrs. Snake into it. Because if you schedule it, it's not a gaming addiction, it's date night. Honey, I have a surprise, it's 4 hours of repetitive failure and me telling you to hurry up 3 seconds into your turn. It was perfect, a storm of shared suffering, and finally, someone else to blame. But it wasn't enough, I brought the whole squad in. Raven's Watch seems harmless. Flashy powers, cool fairy tale heroes, bite-sized co-op chaos. Wrong, it was a pyramid scheme with a friend code. At first it was chill, 1 or 2 runs after work, then we hit nightmare difficulty. And suddenly, it wasn't a game, it was a crusade. We had roles, strategies, assigned builds, and every run was ruined by Jim soloing off into the fog again. Beating that final boss wasn't victory, it was release. We didn't cheer, we didn't celebrate, we just sat in silence. Numb, like prisoners who made it out alive but left part of themselves behind. Then in perfect harmony, we all quietly uninstalled and lay awake at night wondering how we'll go back to normal society. See, I wanted to tell you in this video I like roguelikes because they're low commitment, and I guess that is partly something to do with it. A quick run here, a little dopamine there. Harmless. 5 hours later I'm sitting in the dark chasing the weirdest combo known to man. Like, try explaining some of the things you say in a roguelike to a normal person. We say stuff like, I was going for the perfect lightning frog synergy, but I didn't have enough top hats and accidentally rolled the cursed wooden clogs of self-flagellation. I don't even like crab champions, but yeah, it's a roguelike, so now it's in the pile. Sorry, I don't make the rules, I just obey the Steam tags now. Void Crew almost made me cry, not from sadness, but from the joy I felt that one time my teammate forgot to sit down during a hyperspace jump and got atomized. These games just keep happening to me. Cult of the Lamb made me feel bad for sacrificing cute animals, and then gave me a poop cleaning minigame like it was some sort of twisted moral trade-off. At some point maybe it stopped being about fun, now I'm just collecting roguelikes like cursed relics. They sit on my hard drive, judging me. But really, I'm not looking for endings. I'm looking for that one run that makes it all click. That one run that makes my brain light up. Then I chase it all again. And then I recommend it to my friends, not out of kindness, but out of vengeance. Finally, I recommend all these games to you, because I am a generous god, and if I'm going down, I'm taking you all with me. Maybe I'll stop one day. Maybe I'll uninstall Darkest Dungeon for good. Maybe I won't spend another £20 on the 11th early access game with a gimmick and a dream. Maybe asking people to like and subscribe won't sound fake and cringe, although I seriously doubt that. And maybe, just maybe, I'll finally be free. Now, Monster Train 2 just dropped. Demons on a train, but it has flaws. Oh, and Dicey Dungeon, it's Slay the Spire, but dicier. Lone Star has you battling with your own modular spaceship. Wait, I swear this is the last one.